Hey, Alex here once again for Chapter 3 example for cost accounting. So this is exercise 310, payroll distribution. So this is done after you record the payroll. And what I mean by that is once you've debited payroll and credited all the FICA, the income tax, all their withholdings and deductions, and then you have what's left over is the salaries payable. Then you pay them. Then you pay this. You debit the salaries payable, credit the cash. This is after. This is actually after the employer's payroll tax expense too. This is after they pay the payroll, like their unemployment side. So in this example is of distribution, the total wages and salaries earned by all employees of Rivers Manufacturing Company during March, as shown in the labor cost summary and the schedule of fixed administrative and sales salaries, are classified as follows. So we have direct labor of $625,125. Indirect labor is $162,120. Administrative salaries is $140,200. Sales salaries as $172,500, and the total wages come to a full amount of $1,999,945, or $1,099,945. Yeah, sometimes you got to work with some big numbers, so that can be the roughest part. So we're just doing A, and I can discuss B a little bit too, but A, prepare a journal entry to distribute the wages earned during March. And so on this one, all we're doing is the direct labor becomes work in process. So we're going to debit work in process for the $625,125. Factory overhead is indirect labor becomes factory overhead. So we're going to debit factory overhead for the $162,120 right here. The administrative salaries and sales salaries, we're going to debit administrative sales salaries expense because it's expense. It's not part of the cost of making the product. So no one in the offices are working directly on the product, and they're not working in the factory. They're working in the office, so it's totally separated. So you're going to debit them for $140,200, as you see here, and the sales salaries become sales salaries expense for $172,500, and then you just credit the payroll for the full amount of all of them to distribute it, and now you've distributed payroll to the proper accounts. So this is really good problem, just to show you how they each become a different thing. Some of you may have lumped these together and make it sales and admin salaries combined. That's alright for the moment, but it's good to keep them separate if they do have them separated, only because this is going to go under administrative expenses on the income statement under the operating activities, and this is going to go under the operating activities selling expenses. So that's why it's good to keep them differentiated. So that's that. And B was basically, B said if the employees of the selling and sales for the period had $3,000 in earnings, but they've already reached the cap of $8,000, what does an employer do for the payroll, his payroll side? And the answer would be he doesn't have to pay any unemployment on them because they've reached the cap for the current period of $8,000. So he wouldn't have to pay any FUTA or SUTA, no federal unemployment and no state unemployment. And that's what I wanted to discuss, and that's the B one. It was just a little discussion, but this was the bulk of it. And yeah, distribution. Great problem. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'll be back. I'm hoping I'm going to come tomorrow and do 202, and we're going to be doing the chapter 12. I'll do the explanation, and I'll do a problem all in the same day, most likely, just to get that taken care of. So thank you, and I hope this helped. Very good problem.